We do not own the rights to anything or any music that's heard during the duration of this podcast. Also, a lot of these shows will have explicit content. So if you are not a fan of any cursing or profanity, you may want to walk away, but that does not mean that every show will consist of such. Finally, this is the podcast every day in August. I almost messed up in saying April, but because I love this platform and I'm a creative, we are here to do what we do, and that is create content. So if you are not a follower or not a listener, please check me out on all podcast platforms: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Buzzsprout, Acast, Overcast, Stitcher, every podcast platform you can think of. This podcast is there. Continue listening. And this is The Past BT with your host, Brian, aka BT. What's up, y'all? This will be a very brief 3-minute podcast, only because I am waiting for renewal on the plan that I have, because I did a lot of recording. If you all remember, a couple weeks ago, I did do that 2.5 hour podcast. So I'm going to make this presentation very concise, very brief. As you can read, or as you can see in the title, this is episode 294. We are going to be talking about the Yeti X and the change or the big differences that I personally have noticed in the transition. Mainly, simplest way to put it, this microphone does a lot of the legwork for you as a podcaster. I have talked to different people about different podcast mics. I've used the Samson Meteor. I've used the Blue Yeti before, and now I'm using the Yeti X. Normally, whenever I have to record or edit shows, I usually have to compress shows. I have to take out background noise, things of that sort. This mic practically cuts out a lot of those steps for you. The challenge in some cases is, because it's a very powerful mic, it can have a tendency to battle other voices or sounds. But if you are doing a 1 or 2 person podcast, heck, I almost want to say at the beginning of the year, I used this for my MagFest podcast, which I'll reference in the show notes. But even in that capacity, like, it was sitting in between 4 people, and it recorded everyone clear and crisp with no delay, no lag, no issues. So if you've been recording for a while and you're looking to get a USB based microphone upgrade, I would recommend the Blue Yeti X. I am telling you all now that I'm speaking this into existence. Possibly a year from now, I would like to be avoiding recording directly from my Mac, and I would like to use a actual mix amp to do podcasts. Unsure when or how that's gonna happen, but it's gotta happen, only for the sake of the brand and for the platform. So, like I said, quick show, not gonna talk about a lot extravagant. Tomorrow we'll be back to our heavyweight show. I am definitely planning to get back to sports, back to tech, and we'll, as the company calls it, we'll unpack Samsung's keynote. So that's all I got for this show. Like I said, if you want to get, and this mic is $170, but it is worth every penny. Trust and believe. All right, y'all. That's it for this show. Talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace. Hey, y'all, we made it through another show, man. Hope y'all got through it. Hope y'all learned something, gained some new information, either about myself and or about podcasting. If you're looking to invest in podcasting, I have different ways of giving you the information and the tools to get you to the right direction with podding. I've currently switched from, anyone who remembers, I've been on Spreaker for years. I am a newborn in the Buzzsprout community, and I would definitely say it is one of my faves to use. And it's also, when it comes to audio, you do not need the most expensive microphone. All you need is a microphone that can catch your voice and can gather your words. So with that being said, this is The Past. I am your host, PT. Hope y'all enjoyed this episode, and we'll be back to do this again next time.